In this tutorial in CyberLink PowerDirector, I'd like to give you some tips on using a feature called Auto Edit. It's available for 365 subscribers and it doesn't use credits. What Auto Edit does is it allows you to take some raw footage and images, place them in a container, kind of like your media room, and then it will create a video for you. It will add transitions, it will create music, it will add titles, and it sounds too good to be true, and in one sense it is. But what it can do for you is it can give you some ideas about how to do this yourself. And so I'm going to approach it from that perspective. So let's see how we get to it and work on it a bit. You go into the Gen AI option in the upper left corner and click on it, and from the drop down in the video category, select the first option, which is Auto Edit. It will give you this screen basically telling you what it will do for you. I'm going to close it. And then we can import the elements that we want. This is like bringing things into your media room. So I click on the drop down and I can do a folder or files. I'm going to do a folder because I've pre-selected some elements. Click on my new folder and select it. Now here I've taken 10 elements. And I've made some of them a little bit similar and some of them very dissimilar to see how the AI tool works. For example, several of them have water in it. We have this image here, and this one, and this one. We have a video that has water. We have a video of a horse in a river, and those are similar. Then we have dissimilar ones here, a firearm, a chair outside, folks on a bike, and a football shot. So let's see how it works with similar and dissimilar stuff. Now, the important thing about this screen is to make note of what it says in the upper left. It says, drag the clips to arrange their order for your video. So you can do that by simply taking it and moving it, and it will place it between another one. And so you can adjust them. Now, you might even be able to do this if you want to do some kind of slideshow. And you can use this and create it any way you want. Now there's another way in which you can order them. I could do custom, which is what I did, or I can go back to default, is sorted by date. Or I can do videos first. Here are my two videos, 1 and 2. Or I can do with my photos first. And the minute you move them around, it will change it to custom. So you decide what you want and how you want to arrange your materials. If I want to start out with this video, I'll do that. I'll put the football player at the end and the gun at the end, and this still shot that's not very interesting at the end. So this would be an example of one way in which you can do that. When you have the order selected any way you want, you notice I have a duration and an imported media count in the left corner. This would be 52 seconds if I don't mess with the timing. Now click on Next. Then it will analyze the content. And surprisingly, it doesn't take too long here for about a minute-long unit. So I'm not even going to pause the video as it goes through and tries to analyze the content. Basically, what it's trying to do is identify what the elements are. Then you come to this screen. You can choose between two aspect ratios, 9:16 or 16:9. I'll keep it that way. And the length, what's the length going to be? It can be auto, which sets the duration based on the imported media, or I can actually make it larger or shorter if I want. Now here's an odd thing. When I click this, it doesn't go off of auto. So I'm going to leave it at auto for now. Then if we look at the bottom part of this panel, we have two options. You can use General, which will have it pick a theme it likes, or you can pick one of these 12 themes. Currently, there's just a dozen available. So if you click this one, it will pick one of the 12 by itself, or you can choose any of these and choose a theme that you like. You can also change the theme later. So let's just click on Create. We'll let it go for its automatic selection. Now it's going to apply one of the templates and start to play it. I'll stop this. What it's done is it's chosen this one, You notice it's blue around it. It's picked this particular template from the travel section. I could pick another one from the travel section, which will change the title and the music and the transition styles. We'll stop it again. Let's click another one over here. See it change again. Now, what if you don't want one of these styles? You can click on the all here and then click the category, and it will give you another subset of styles that you can pick from. So you can do anything you want to regarding the styles that are available. When you're done with that, you can also make some modifications on your timeline. This is kind of like your timeline. It gives you the duration. You can take any one of these. Let's take this one from the video. It's 2 seconds long, and I want to change something about it. I want to change the range I select. And now I can pick a different range inside my video. And click on Apply. When it comes to video, I can crop and rotate. I can replace the media. I can change the text by clicking here. Or I can change the volume of that selected scene. Now the volume on everything defaults to 0 because it's going to want to play the music. So you can actually change the volume of that segment on the track. Now when it comes to an image, you have different options. You can replace the media. You can select the duration of the image. Let me click on that one. It's 1 second here. Let me change it to 8. Okay, I can crop and rotate. If I click on here, I see how it shows that. I might want to say, no, I want to go down farther. Click on OK. And I can change the text if there's any on that particular image. So there I can change the text and do all my text editing if I so choose. So I'm going to delete that. I don't want to change it. So you can take any of these here and change them. Now you can't change the order like you could before. If you want to change the order, you click on the back. Let's do that. And it says my edits will be lost. And then I can go back again and select the order and rearrange it again. So maybe I want this one, I want him way over here. Then I go next again, it will reanalyze. And so you can back up, at least to some degree. You have to redo some of your work, but it will still give you the option to edit it before it goes on to the timeline or it creates a project. So those are some of the limitations. I'm going to go back to just General Create again and show you a couple of other things. You see it defaulted to the same option. So we can change all of these things here. It's actually easier to change them on the timeline, which I'm going to do. Now you can export to a video if you like everything they've done, which I seldom will, but let's add it to the timeline. Now here I've gone into the timeline, and here's what it's basically done with my elements. It's given me music that it matches the duration of the entire combination of video and clips, and I can hover over any of these transitions and change them by going to the transition room. This is what I have here. You notice when it comes to images, it's taken each of them and done a crop and rotate. So I'm going to click on this one, and we're back into this screen where it has decided what part of the image it wants to put on in a 16:9 ratio. So that's really kind of cool. It does that. In fact, if I had a project where I had only images I wanted to edit, I would probably use this tool to order them and pull them in and crop and rotate, and it would do all of that for me, and I could throw away the rest that I don't need. Here's a title, and again, if I want to edit it, I can, but I'm going to could take it away. If I look at the audio track here, this is, you notice the volume here is set to 0. That's what that thing did. So if I don't want the audio, especially the audio that comes with my video clips, I can change it. If I want to take out this transition, let's do that. If I want to take this one, and I just shortened it there, and it changed things. And I can change the duration of one or the other manually any way I want, and it will make the modification. So you can do all your normal editing and start with this and customize it to see what you get when you're done. Let me see if it'll let me change the duration of this one. Very big. Yeah, it does. But now my background music is off. So I would have to recreate my own background music in that case. So that's the limitation there. So you can start with this and modify it any way you want with all the other tools we talk about in PowerDirector. But it does give you kind of an interesting way to approach a project. If you have something you have to create in a hurry, it will give you something to start with as a base. I wouldn't recommend normally using it for your entire project, but this is a bit of what you have to work with when you're using the auto edit feature in PowerDirector 365.